Hi, this is Erin and Gordon with Assets and Arbitrage. Today we have a wonderful guest with us. We're really excited about her. Her name is Lorena Ortiz, and she's better known as Lorena Bitcoin.
Yep. So yes, indeed. She is based down here in Mexico City.
Yes.
So, we're always big on Mexico. She's also the owner of a great restaurant called the Bitcoin Embassy Bar. And it's a place we like to frequent.
A lot.
And we have a business where we host people from the United States thinking about relocating, and we always take them to the Bitcoin Embassy Bar. I like to get the Caesar salad and Don Julio, so that's what I like.
I get the cowboy, and a lot of times I also get to the moon. So that's just the steaks.
Yeah.
They're really delicious,
Mm-hmm.
and they have fantastic drinks, which we like to indulge in. It's
Yeah.
Mexico. It's the land of tequila.
Yeah, so it's great place, great food and great people. So it's an awesome place. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and chop it up. Some good game with Lori Bitcoin.
Yes.
Go ahead and start the.
So Lori, I want to know a little bit about your Bitcoin journey. What caught your attention with Bitcoin?
Well, when I first met Bitcoin, it was year 2017. Well, I have heard about Bitcoin before, but I wasn't sure about what it was. I entered to Google, I Googled it, and there was a lot of websites that says buy Bitcoin here, invest here. And my family actually got scammed, not about cryptocurrency, but from other issues. So I was a little bit scared of being scammed again, but now with cryptocurrency. So I didn't invest then. I didn't buy any Bitcoin. But then at 2017, I was really close to the punk and metal community. And we were planning a journey to Japan. Because a metal band was traveling to a festival there. And I was saving some money for the trip. So I asked a friend of my mom, where could I invest this money so it could grow a little for my journey. And he told me that he knew a friend that was into something really weird and strange. And he couldn't explain me what it was. But he told me that I like strange things and weird stuff, and maybe I would like it. So he introduced me to David Noriega, that actually is my partner at Bitcoin Embassy Bar. And David explained Bitcoin to me not as an investment thing, but more as an ideology, a way of changing lives, a way of disrupt the system, a way to change things around. And I was a really punk girl then. I was with my head shaved and another kind of look, the way that I look right now. But he talked to me about this and it captured my attention. And I thought, well, if I'm really into the do-it-yourself ideology, if I'm into liberties and other things that Bitcoin has as a background, this is a tool that will change everything in the world. So I study about it. My mentor, David, showed me a lot of podcasts, a lot of information, books. I'm really lucky to know how to speak, read, and listen to English, because back then there wasn't a lot of things in Spanish. Now we have a lot of podcasts, a lot of YouTube videos, but back then a lot of videos were about trading and other stuff that I'm not into. But yeah, in English, there's a lot of great books like Safety Namus, the Bitcoin Standard, like all the things that I can't remember the name, but a lot of books that were written in English. And that's the way I learned about Bitcoin. After that, in 2018, we opened Bitcoin Embassy Bar. with the idea of bringing a place for the community so they can get each other, meet each other, and they can learn from each other too. They have a house, a second house to talk about Bitcoin.
Okay. And I forgot to mention, I did want to say that, Lori, I found out about you. I seen you on the Kaiser Report.
Yes.
You know, so I used to
Oh.
watch the Kaiser. I watch Kaiser Report all the time. So I seen you on the Kaiser Report, and then I went to your social media, see the picture of you, Max, and Stacy at the embassy bar. So that's how I came across you. And you know, we lived in Mexico, and I said, "Oh man, that's interesting," because we too try to educate, you know, people about Bitcoin and things like that. So the question I get a lot of questions when people talk to me. What is the best that people always ask, like, what is the best on ramp for people to get in Bitcoin as a Mexican citizen? What are some of the good?
Yeah, well, actually, a lot of people come into Bitcoin because of they want to make money fast, and that I
Yeah.
think that's the wrong approachment, right?
Mhm.
But as a country in Latin America, we have a lot of economic issues. You know,
Yeah.
Latin America has a lot of economic issues since I don't know decades and decades ago. So we all are worried about what's going on with our own currencies, like the peso mexicano, all the other countries like Argentina, like Brazil, like El Salvador. We all have this kind of trauma about what can happen if everything collapses. So if you approach to people and speak about what money actually is, about that there is a gate out of the system, that there's a way to transform economy, to make it more fair, to make it more safe for yourself, not trusting anyone, not trusting the government, just trusting yourself. You can relate to what's the common problem with money in the with the people that is in Latin America.
Okay, that's indeed.
So your business, and that's one of the things we love about your business, is your business accepts payment in multiple cryptocurrencies.
Yeah.
Do you see a larger adoption of paying in cryptocurrencies similar to your business? Are you seeing that in Mexico City a bit more?
Well, when we first opened, we were curious about how many business accepted Bitcoin then. And we entered the coinmap.org webpage. And there you can see how many business, how many ATMs are around you, not just in Mexico, but around the world. So back then there was about 30 business in all Mexico. But now I have seen that there's a lot of more places, a lot of more business, not dedicated to Bitcoin, but they accept Bitcoin, or they say they accept Bitcoin. So I see a growth in all the adoption. With my clients, I talk to them, I chat with them, and they tell me that they all accept cryptocurrencies for their services. And we have in our community real estate managers, we have actors, we have dentists, we have programmers, we have a lot of different profiles of people, and they all accept cryptocurrencies if you ask them to. So that's amazing for me.
That is amazing. I like to hear that, especially in a city as large as Mexico City. We would love to see a lot more adoption, similar to El Salvador, Guatemala. I don't know if you've heard, they're starting to adopt, as well as multiple other places like Costa Rica. So that's amazing. I'm glad to hear that.
So what do you think about, I mean, we're big. Recently, we had a trip to El Salvador, and we went to El Zante Beach to see, you know, how Bitcoin Beach was. What do you think about places like that? We talked about recently Bitcoin Jungle in Costa Rica, which is in Dominical. So what do you think about these type of initiatives?
I think they're great. I think that they have the right approachment to Bitcoin because it's about education. They don't try to force anybody. They just want to approach their own community and talk to them about the benefits of Bitcoin and what can they do to be more free in their own community. So Bitcoin Beach is an amazing project. I really think that was the first stone in all the adoption in El Salvador. Without Bitcoin Beach, I think that wouldn't be possible, because they proved that it works. You can make a little experiment in a small community where all they use Bitcoin and they all know how it works. They all know how to restore a wallet. They all know about the volatility and they don't worry about it because they have been there before. They know what it happens. So if you have this little experiment and then you potentialize this in all the other areas in the country, then you have a great example of what could happen if we all do this in our own communities.
Yes, indeed.
That's awesome.
Yes, indeed. So another thing I wanted to bring up about Bitcoin as far as Mexico is the remittance payments.
Yes.
So how does that help in your experience as far as the remittance payments where you can get rid of the middleman, like with Western Union, MoneyGram and stuff, and you can just, peer-to-peer transfer? How do you see that?
I think it's great. I think it's a better way to get those remittances. But I think that we have a long way to go because a lot of people that receive remittances here in Mexico are poor people that they don't know anything about technology. They barely know how to go to Western Union or to another service to cash out the remittance. So I think that the companies, all the exchanges and other and other companies that are trying to make this work have to focus on this problem because the people that go away, that migrate to other countries, that have the knowledge, that have another level of education, they don't have a lot of problems of understanding how Bitcoin works and how to use it to send the money to their families. But the people that goes illegally, that doesn't have any passport or papers, and then they just cross the river and they survive and they can start working in other countries, they have this problem because they don't understand that they can save a lot of money, about 20% of the money, just sending it by Bitcoin. But we have to focus on that people and start sharing information to them so they can understand all the benefits of using Bitcoin for that.
Yes, indeed.
So if you had to think of an effective way to educate, especially that subset of the population, because really that would completely transform Mexico, right? The money would go back to the people and not to the corporations. What would you suggest or recommend a great educational tool for them? If I know YouTube is a great medium, it's a great platform, but sometimes we tend to talk to each other and use terms like hodl and paper hands. And someone new to the industry who really doesn't understand technology, but really doesn't understand investments in Bitcoin may need a little bit more assistance in understanding how it can impact them. What are some educational tools that you think would work for that subset of people?
Well, the thing that we have to focus in when we share information and we try to educate somebody else is in something that's called, like, I don't know the term in English, but maybe it's like meaningful learning. Because when you try to teach somebody and you don't relate what you're teaching with something about their environment, they can't understand what you're saying. And if you use terms that are really weird for them, technical, they can't understand. So you have to low down the language, make it simple terms, and try to focus and know the people that is in front of you, you know. What do they do? Where do they work? Do they have family? You know, if you know all the things, you can find a way to relay all the things, all the information that you're trying to share with them, and they can understand and find a way to apply them in their life. Because if you don't find a way to apply the thing that you're learning, then it's meaningful. No, it's not meaningful to you, you know. So that's the best way to do it. And one of the things that I wanted to add is that Bitcoin Beach was a successful story because they have Jorge Valenzuela, who was part of their community since the beginning, since he was born. So people trusted him. So people knew him. So people said, okay, he's talking to me about something that I don't understand, but I will listen to him because I know him from his whole life, you know, and I trust him. That's how they did it. That's how they achieved what they did. So it's important to share information with everyone that we know, in our own family, the people that we buy at the store, the people that fixes our car, everyone. If they know that you're into Bitcoin, if they know that they can search information through you, maybe they will get interested and they will say, okay, please explain me how it works, and then they can share it to somebody else. So we can spread the knowledge a better way. I think that's a better way than YouTube, because YouTube it's something that it's not so personal, you know. It's something that you can't rely. If you don't like the people that it's talking to you, that is showing something to you, and they're using terms and examples that they don't mean anything to you, then you just switch the channel and go to some other YouTube channel, no? And watch other stuff. So I think that's the better way to do it.
Okay, well, since you mentioned that about the experiment in El Salvador, we did a show not too long ago, but it was so a senator,
Indira Kempis.
okay, proposes to make Bitcoin legal tender in Mexico. And are you familiar with that?
Yes, I am.
Okay,
And I
so
also,
do you think that is
yeah.
something that's progressive, that it's something that can help maybe make Bitcoin legal tender in Mexico?
I'm not sure, because I don't know if this happens in other countries, but in Mexico we have like a political game where if you don't have enough power, enough followers in the power, you can't do anything. So maybe Indira's is focusing in changing things. She's trying to do her best, maybe. I can say it's true or no, because personally I don't trust any politician at all. I don't have anything against her, but if you're a politician, if you're from the right, from the left, if you're a Republican, a Democrat, I don't care. I don't trust you, because history here in Mexico has shown us that a lot of politicians lie, and they lie to trick people, or they lie without meaning it, you know. Maybe they are trying to change things, but at the end, if they don't play the game well, if they don't have the power to change things, then nothing will happen. And maybe all the corrupt system will take them and transform their own initiatives. If they're trying to do things right, they will transform it, and he or she will join the system and be like everybody else.
Okay. And so what about people we follow on social, like Twitter and stuff? Ricardo Pliego Salinas.
Yes.
He's a big Bitcoin proponent.
Yes.
How do you feel about him and moving Bitcoin forward?
Well, he's a relevant figure here in Mexico. I have to recognize it. Some people hate him, some people really like him, some people follow him till the end. I think he's a
Mhm.
great businessman. He has shown it.
Mhm.
And I think that having him as a principal figure here in Mexico, as a successful man that can be listened to, maybe, I don't know, that can spread the word, that can talk to hundreds and millions of people, it's great. And also he has the power to change things because he has Electra and Banco Azteca, and
Mhm.
this kind of business are in really far places, remote places where you can't even find a bank. There is an Electra down the road, really really far away. There is Electra, so he can transform things through this way. And I think that it's great that he's part of this movement. And I think Bitcoin might have transformed him, because the Ricardo Salinas that I knew before Bitcoin was a little bit different than the Ricardo Salinas that is right now. So
Okay.
I think that Bitcoin not only transforms the economy, but transforms people and open their minds to another possibilities. And I think that that happened to Ricardo, and I think that's great. And I hope that he do his best. And I also hope that people don't put him, I don't know, in an estandarte, like in a really high place, to worship him, because we have seen what happened with the people when you do that. They are humans,
Yeah.
they commit mistakes, they do things that you won't expect. So don't have any expectations of all these relevant figures because they are humans. So maybe take from them what works for you, take their ideas, their ideology, but don't put them so high because maybe one day they will fall from your grace, and that's it.
Yeah. Did you have another question?
No, you go ahead. Yeah.
Laura, we want to thank you for coming on our show today. A lot of the things that you said gave us a lot of insight. We are really enjoying our time here in Mexico.
We
So
are, yeah.
we're hoping we can get, I don't know what Mexico City would be if we had a Bitcoin name for it.
Yeah,
But
yeah, look, we're gonna be in Mexico City. I'm not if you're familiar with the Nomad Capitalist, but
Mhm.
there is a conference down there, 21st through the 24th, I think, of September.
Mhm.
So we're gonna be at that in Polanco, right? It's in
Yeah,
Polanco at the
no, it's
Hyatt
actually
Regency.
it's at the Hyatt,
Yeah,
not
the
on
Hyatt
Reform.
Regency.
Mhm.
So yeah, we'll be down in Mexico City. When we come, we're gonna come back to the
Yes.
Bitcoin Embassy Bar. We love the Bitcoin Embassy Bar. We love Mexico City. This is our favorite city,
It
right?
is.
It's
It
our
is.
favorite
So
city.
Oh,
we are keeping our fingers crossed that we can be the next Bitcoin something, right?
Yeah.
Bitcoin center, Bitcoin metropolis. I have lots
Right.
of ideas.
Yeah.
So, and we're really excited that there's a lot more adoption similar to your restaurant. I mean, it's really convenient to go to your restaurant and I can pay in Dash, I can pay in
Yeah.
Lite, I can pay Bitcoin, I can pay in Ethereum.
Doge, we're paying
Doge, I think we paid in Doge once.
Doge, yeah.
Just to try it, right? Because it's an experience.
Yeah.
And we're really grateful that your restaurant has given us the experience that, and this obviously was long before El Salvador was even putting that together. So we're really grateful to have an influencer like you here in Mexico City, really pushing the envelope in trying to get Bitcoin adoption going amongst the local people, but the foreigners and expats as well.
Yeah.
So we salute you today. We're going to give you your
And-
flowers.
And then also, I like to say, for the people, when you come on our show, as we like to send a gift to our
Mhm.
people. So
Yes.
if Lori, if you could send us a wallet address, we would like to send you a gift of Bitcoin for coming on here
Yes.
today and
wow.
talking a good game, as they say.
So thank you so much, Lori. We appreciate your contributions to the Bitcoin community, and we salute you today.
Yes. Yes.
Thank
Indeed.
you so much
you
for
wanna leave
inviting me.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Sorry.
Mhm.
Oh no, you go
what
ahead.
were you saying? Okay.
I was
Thank
gonna
you so
say,
much
did you
for.
want to leave your hand? You go ahead.
the problems, the perks of making a Zoom interview, you know? So I just wanted to say thank you so much for inviting me. I really enjoy our conversation. I really hope more people and more expats, more people that come from another countries find a great place in Bitcoin Embassy Bar in Mexico City. As you know, Mexicans are a warm community, so we're always friends and friendly and open to everybody. And let me know the next time you go to Mexico City and to Bitcoin Embassy Bar, and let me know also about this event. Sounds really amazing.
Okay, thank you so much. I would like for you to leave your social media,
Yep.
your Twitter handle, anywhere they can find you on social media. We're going to make sure we have that information in the description box as well.
Mhm.
We do have a large Spanish following
Yeah.
in a lot of Latin American countries. So
Mhm.
that way too, it helps them a lot because they can actually get it in their native language. Sometimes it's a little difficult for them to do it in English, to get it, but having somebody like you be able to do the technicals in their mother tongue.
Yeah, and I will say this, every time I talk to people, I refer them to
Yes.
you. You need to follow her, watch her podcast. I watch her podcast in Spanish. My Spanish is it's all right, it's okay, but I watch your podcast. I get what you guys are saying, but yeah, but I always refer them to you. I say, check out Lori Bitcoin. She got the good game on what's going on with crypto and all that. So yes, I always refer people to you when we walk around and we talk about Bitcoin.
Especially when we went to El Salvador and we had a chance to talk to the locals in Spanish, we always refer them back to you because even though they're rolling out great education, some of it's still getting lost. So we made sure, like, there's a young lady named Lori Bitcoin.
Yep.
She can do it for you. She has it at the highest technical in Spanish. And we have given a lot of your information out, especially when we went to El Salvador. So we thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, yeah, my social media are Lore Bitcoin on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. I'm as Lorena Ortiz, Lore Bitcoin. And I don't have TikTok because there's a scammer that is impersonating me there, and I'm not that person. So be really careful of really pay attention of how it's spelled, because sometimes they put instead of an O, a zero, or they put a bar or something. So Lore Bitcoin, as it sounds, LoreBitcoin, Lore Bitcoin. And you can also listen to my podcast in Tune Into the Blog. We make live streams every Monday, and we share some audios too on Thursdays every week. And I also have another podcast that's called Cypher Podcast. And actually, we're making some pre-recorded content, and we're making some live streams too. And we talk about politics, we talk about inflation, we talk about different topics that are related to Bitcoin, because, you know, everything actually is related to Bitcoin.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. And we hope that we have the pleasure to have you on again soon.
Yeah.
And we look forward to hopefully one day meeting up at the restaurant in Roma.
Yeah, we're gonna come down and link up with you. That would be great. And we really, like she said, we really appreciate your information, the work you do. Like I said, I always refer people back to her. I say she got the good game. So yes, indeed. With you.
All right, love. We'll see you. Thank you so much.
See you then. Bye.